So how's it going, guys? Flair here, back with another Grand Theft Auto 5 Xbox One video, and in this one I'm actually going to be talking about some new Tunables data and some actual new code found in the source code of GTA 5, both on the next gen platforms and on the old gen ones, which talks about some new heist related stuff. Now I'm not going to go in depth on all of it, as some of it is just quite common knowledge. It doesn't really matter whether this is leaked or not. It's stuff that's expected to be put into heists, which are of course confirmed now, where they've been officially announced, but most of this isn't too interesting. But there are actually a couple of bits that are a bit more interesting, with some new additions and some new changes which you guys may be very interested in. So if you guys do end up enjoying the video or do learn anything useful about these heists, be sure to go and hit that like button down below, as it really would help me out. Now let's go. So he actually starts off this list over here on the NillxModz forums, where he actually puts some things related just to the tunable files, and then we're going to move on to the code in just a second. So the first one is bank rendered. Now he says this native calls for the game to render the interior files required for a heist mission in the bank located near Rockford Hills. So this isn't major. We have is client-sided context. This is just to verify the syncing between two different players or multiple different players. Locate nearest render point. This calls natives to the nearest render point, which is used for AI spawning, he says, which is just going to be used during a heist mission. The next one's quite interesting. Is Jeff contact enabled? Now he says this is the contact that they actually leaked, which was called Jeff. Now they say he will offer special abilities during a heist mission and will be enabled on your phone contact list when this native is called. So this is going to be something kind of on the back end. Whenever you start a heist, we should be able to have access to this new Jeff contact. Next, he actually talks about the night vision goggles, which we'd seen in some screenshots and in the trailer before this for the heist missions, and we actually hear now that the night vision is definitely going to be a thing that you can play as. It says, is night vision enabled? This native calls for the night vision mode to activate, meaning it will be used during certain parts of heist missions. Now this is very, very fun. And finally, for the tunables, he actually says, is apartment heist active? Now this native activates the heist planning board depending on the progress of the heist that you had planned. So again, this is nothing too major, so we're going to move on to the code. We have a few small bits of code here which aren't too interesting. We have heist board, heist planning, that's just to use the heist planning board of course. We have heist turn printer on or off. Now this is the function to of course just use the printer planning sheet, which is stored in your file cabinet, which we've already been told by Rockstar. We already know this is going to be a part of the game and part of the heist missions. We next have heist printer plan social club crew. Now this is the function to send the planning sheet via email on your phone to the rest of the social club crew. Now ages and ages ago, probably near a year or so at this point, I think very early 2014, we actually then got the ability to be able to use email or have the email icon on our GTA Online phones. Now previously this was only in single player, but so far there's been no real use for the email function. But now we know that we're going to be using the email to be able to send planning details to other crew members and to other heist members to be able to sync up your plans. Next up we have heist show board outline. Now he says this is just some rendering functions to render the sketch outline of the board textures, so nothing major here. He next finds a piece of code which actually says heist hide board texture, and he says this is the function to hide the planning board during currently unknown situations, which he says are most likely going to appear in the tunables files, which we'll then be able to link at a later date. Next up we have the last probably very major interesting bit, and it says heist allow email iFruit app. And he says this is the function of a new feature coming to the iFruit app on smartphones, both on iOS and of course on Android. And it says you can send heist related emails virtually through the app. So far this app hasn't had tons of use, even though you can use some Los Santos custom stuff. You can create your own custom number plates with it, but aside from that there's no major use for it. But now we're going to be able to send emails through the phone, through the iFruit app, on your smartphone, on your iOS or Android device, to be able to plan out your heists. Next up for the last two, he has set floor rumble smash effects, which is just the new function of a new feature to feel the floor rumble as something in a heist mission explodes, and also to smash a hole in the ground. So we can imagine that this is going to be a part of drilling into a vault probably, or maybe creating an explosion in the floor in one of the heists. And finally, set water flood building. This is the function of a new feature to see water of some sort to pour from a building after bursting a central water pipe or something similar. This also means a building to flood with water. Now, these all sound like very interesting things, especially something like the water. We can imagine that we're going to have maybe part of an underwater heist, something like that. We can only speculate at this point. But What do you guys think of these heists? Are you excited for them? What would you like to see added to the heist? Is there any particular locations? Anything related to this code maybe that you wanted to tell me, or maybe put out some speculation on? Anything like that, leave it down in the comments below. Leave a like on the video if you guys did enjoy it in any way, shape or form, or did learn anything useful. That would be very, very much appreciated. And subscribe for more videos just like this coming very, very soon. And that is pretty much it. Thank you guys all very much for watching. My name has been Flare, signing out.